The AI revolution is here, and it is spreading like fire. Recently, OpenAI launched ChatGPT, a powerful language model that has lots of great uses. In this video, we're going to go through 10 practical ways that ChatGPT can improve your life. Let's get into it. ChatGPT can be your personal therapist. It's as easy as asking ChatGPT to be your personal therapist and telling it your problems. Follow up with ChatGPT with prompts like, help me process this more. I've personally used ChatGPT as a therapist and have found it to be helpful. This is especially the case given how expensive and thus inaccessible therapy can be. Job application help. ChatGPT can help you write resumes and cover letters. As you can see here, I type in, I'm applying for an environmental policy position. Write me a resume. And within seconds, it spits out a resume. But notice something, it just made a whole bunch of stuff up. The way to get around this is to be more specific. Mention in the prompt your specific education, work experience, and skills to make the resume more relevant to you. And the same goes for the cover letter, or it'll just make things up. To make the best use of this technology, use ChatGPT as a starting point and then use your own words after to develop your own resume or cover letter. ChatGPT can help you with job interview preparation. Just type in, I'm applying for a job as blank, engage in a mock interview with me. Explain it to me like I'm 5, 10, and in simple terms. This prompt allows you to take complicated concepts and simplify them so they're easier to understand. When struggling with a hard concept, I like to start off by asking ChatGPT to explain it to me like I'm 5, and then I ask to explain it to me like I'm 10, and then I ask to explain it to me in simple terms. This is the best way to ensure depth of understanding while also keeping accessibility. So for example, let's say I want to understand the Buddhist philosophical concept of dependent origination. I just prompt, explain the Buddhist concept of dependent origination to me like I'm 5, and it spits out a very simple answer. Okay, so imagine you have a plant at home. Do you know how it grows? Well, it needs lots of things to grow, like soil, water, sunlight, and air. And if you take away any of those things, the plant might not grow or might die. Now, in Buddhism, everything in the world is like that plant. It needs lots of things to exist and keep going. And just like how the plant needs soil, water, sunlight, and air, everything in the world depends on other things too. So if you take away any of those things, things might change or stop existing altogether. That's what we call dependent origination. Everything is connected and depends on other things to exist. Then I prompt, explain it to me like I'm 10, and it spits out a slightly more complicated answer. And finally I prompt, explain it to me in simple terms, and it spits out an even deeper answer. To get even more depth of understanding to an answer, prompt explain more. And then you just keep prompting explain more the deeper you want to go. Summarize this. Prompt summarize this and drop a link from the internet. This can help you get the main point of many articles online. To gain more depth or ease of understanding, use the methods previously discussed. Explain it to me like I'm 5, 10, in simple terms, and explain more. And before we get to the next tip, if you're enjoying this content, make sure to like and subscribe. This channel is all about interesting ideas, and I promise you, it'll bring great value to your life. Sports tips. If you're into fitness and you want help with something you're working on, just ask ChatGPT. For example, I'm a tennis player and I've been struggling with my balance on court. So I just asked ChatGPT to coach me. I asked, how do you stay balanced when hitting a tennis ball? And it spit out a great answer. So for whatever sports tip you need, ChatGPT has an answer. Develop a workout plan. This can be tailored to your specific fitness goals. So for me, I've prompted, I'm a competitive tennis player and I want to get stronger to improve my game. Develop a workout plan for a tennis player with these goals in mind. And as you can see, it develops a comprehensive workout plan with these goals in mind. Write in legal terms. Let's take a hypothetical example for this one. Let's say that you're having a dispute with your landlord, and your landlord has locked you out of your apartment. You can ask ChatGPT to write a letter to your landlord in legal terms. So here's what ChatGPT spits out. Dear landlord's name, I'm writing to you regarding the recent incident where you locked me out of my house. As a tenant in good standing, I believe that what you have done is illegal and in violation of the Residential Tenancies Act of Ontario. According to the Act, a landlord cannot change the locks or otherwise prevent a tenant from gaining entry to the rental unit without first obtaining a court order. Furthermore, a landlord cannot retaliate against a tenant for exercising their legal rights, which includes making complaints or seeking to enforce their rights under the Act. In this case, I believe that your actions were in retaliation for my legitimate complaints about the state of the property and your failure to maintain it in a safe and habitable condition. As such, I'm demanding that you immediately provide me with a key or otherwise grant me access to my rental unit. Please be advised that I am also exploring my legal options and may take further action to enforce my rights as a tenant under the Act. I hope that we can resolve this matter amicably and without the need for further legal action. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Sincerely, your name. But it's important to note something here. While ChatGPT can write in a legal style, it can get legal content wrong. So the main takeaways are this. Apply this prompt to your own country's law, and also note that while ChatGPT is good at writing in a legal style, it can get legal content wrong. So make sure you are actually verifying legal content on your own to make sure that it is actually correct. ChatGPT can teach you how to code. It's as easy as typing in, "Teach me Python." It starts from the basics and goes from there. So here, as you can see, ChatGPT is teaching you the basics of Python. And the more you want to learn, the more you prompt, and you just keep on asking it questions. And when you get more advanced, ChatGPT can even help you fix your code. And those are the 10 tips. But before we wrap up, you need to know something important. ChatGPT can get things wrong, so it's important to verify the quality of its answer using your own thinking and research. The best way to do this is to use ChatGPT as a useful starting point, not as the end point. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you out. And if you want to hear more interesting ideas that will benefit your life, feel free to subscribe. Have a wonderful day.